And today, let's see here. Okay, today we talk about the mental stages beyond the four jhanas, the six spiritual powers. So today and Thursday we talk about Zen. This is in different paradigms. They still relate to Buddhist meditation. Okay. So let me review with you. Anyway, so before we move on, let's see how you feel about that 4 hours. It's too long. You learned a lot.
I think it's perfect.
When you learn that 4 hours, you can share with them. They were not there. How was that? Which session you like? Sitting, standing, walking, body scan, or even?
I think I like the mindful eating one, not because of the food itself, but because it's such a daily part of our life. Like the meal, So I think it kind of influenced my point of view of like the whole eating thing. To really not take food for granted and not for its taste, but rather for its nourishment, and give. And for a better sense of community, like a deeper sense of appreciation for those who made food.
And how about the other one that you feel uncomfortable about or anything that you?
Oh, the singing part, the bread and mindfulness.
It's too long for you? Or?
I think it was perfect amount of time. You get to a sense of each one.
It's spread out, right? How about you?
I liked them all. I think the only thing I didn't like really was the chair because I'm never comfortable in chairs. I would have preferred to be like on the floor. But besides that, I really liked them all. The walking was very unique for me because I've never tried to do any kind of like walking or meditating. I'm scared to do it outside of there because I'm probably end up hurting myself.
Usually, I prefer myself to sit on the floor, but somehow when I have some problem with my muscle, that's why I sit on the chair.
Sure.
It just happened last few months. I have strange muscle. How about you? Which part you like the most?
The most? I probably like sitting on the ground on the pillow.
Okay.
That pillow was pretty cool. It was like perfect for sitting like in a
Oh, the circular one?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I know, I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to fit on that and be comfortable.
No, they're pretty comfy because they're kind of like dome shaped.
Yeah.
So like your butt kind of sits nicely on there.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
With
it's
3
for
C's
people.
over here.
People can have problem with sitting straight, so they can sit up there.
yeah, I noticed my back was more erect. So I felt comfortable. And then also, I also enjoy the eating meditation. I've noticed recently that I've been kind of getting in the habit of also doing that while I eat. Especially when I like get home and I cook a really nice meal. I'm like focused more on the food, and whenever I eat it, I feel like I take the time because I actually cooked it myself. So that was pretty nice too.
It is reverse the pattern, right? Our normal life pattern, right? We like to eat and talk, or eat and watch movie with them. So you fall asleep while you lie there, or you?
No, I don't fall asleep.
Oh, okay, good. How about you? Which part do you like?
I like the walking because it was different. So it was, because like I love to run, I love to walk. Like if I could walk somewhere, I'd rather walk than drive. So it's nice that I could be mindful of just walking.
How you feel?
I do it on campus a lot.
Yeah.
How you feel when you walk?
I felt like, I wouldn't say at peace, but I felt very like at equanimity. Like I felt like very
At
balanced.
ease.
At ease, yeah, exactly. I was very ease. Like not exactly relaxed, because relaxed is more like sleepy per se, but I was just like very comfortable just walking.
How about your boyfriend? Which part do you like?
I think like the laying down one because he fell asleep.
That's good.
Yeah.
How are you?
I liked the one where we were laying down the most. I feel like that's the one where I was able to concentrate because I can't sit for a long time or I'll start moving. Like I can't sit still. So when I was laying down, I was actually able to get comfortable and just like meditate. Like I was able to, like I felt myself like letting go. Not going to sleep, but I felt myself like just relaxed. Like I was completely relaxed. Like completely. And it was awesome.
It was, and your voice was perfect.
Yes, when you were talking, I was thinking about it. And it was awesome.
It was very nice.
How are you? Which one? Which one you like the
The
best?
3-minute session. For some reason, that
Which one?
3 minutes was like perfect.
Sitting down?
Yeah.
Sitting down?
For some reason, like the 4 minutes was kind of long and made me kind of want to sleep, and then the 3 minutes was just like,
Perfect for you?
yeah, like I could actually like clear my mind a little bit, and it was just like good. It's also because I was very tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, sitting there was not that bad.
Yeah, that's why I got you guys to try out 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and go back to 3. See the difference.
Yeah.
And again, just your medicine, you can practice.
Dosage. Yeah.
You try yourself, right? Let's try an arrow. You try yourself until you recognize which part that you like, that's most suitable for your needs. Yes, for you, 3 minutes is great. For people, 5 minutes too long. What do you think?
5 minutes.
Yeah,
too
it
long.
was
Yeah,
too
5 minutes
long.
too long.
And we have the tendency, right?
Oh no, that lady had me very impressed.
Yes.
What's
The
that?
whole time we're walking around.
I was like, should I go
everything.
check her pulse to make sure she's still alive? She did not.
Move.
So
Like
still.
she is.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's a practice there.
I was in awe. I was looking at her like the corner of my eye. I was just like, I was like trying to see if her chest was moving, just to make sure.
Yeah, that's the practice. Some people consider that's long, but a few hours, even days is for the experienced meditators. When you're really in tune
Yeah.
with your breath, whichever, times go by quick. You won't pay attention much about
Yeah.
the times. How about any setback? Anything that you think we can improve next time?
It was too peaceful.
Peaceful.
I was falling asleep like crazy.
Oh, really?
Maybe doing it 10
At
to
the start.
2 because I think
10 to 2?
the drive.
Oh, I see.
It's far, so I had to wake up at 7:30 to be there on
I
time.
would wake up
It's
early.
okay. I can make that adjustment for you guys then.
Yeah, maybe.
If it's too far for you guys, we can do it 10 to 2. But the problem, it's not the problem, but with my own experience,
Yeah.
after lunch, fall asleep.
Yeah, that's true.
So usually we eat around 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Makes
so,
sense.
yeah. So up till we done with eating, we can leave. Otherwise,
After
After
food
lunch.
system.
it's not easy. It's not easy
Yeah.
Yeah, because
to be alert.
I had skipped breakfast because I was in a hurry, and I was sitting and I could just feel it like, whoa.
Wow, but if you don't mind, that's okay with me too. But are you concerned that after lunch,
We may not be able
we
to
may not be able to
meditate.
sit
Yeah,
still
you're right.
to fall asleep easily. And for me too, after lunch I like to walk, nearby our temple is the park. I really enjoy to walk around that 3 rounds. At least
Trail?
one or two rounds. That part is more healthy. When it was in the
Digestion, too.
Yeah, I was thinking about for the walking meditation. It just seemed kind of cramped inside.
I hold back on the walking meditation till after we eat. That way it keeps us all awake and.
In the out, go to the park.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
last
Okay,
night. That'd be
that's
nice.
why I don't mind. And if you like, it's a big park. One round may take about 15 minutes.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
That's okay too.
and then it's early, so it's not hot yet.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
real cool soon.
Yeah, November is gonna be nice to
November.
walk out.
How you been? We miss you. You couldn't make it last time?
I couldn't.
Okay. So you could try to do by yourself at home?
Yeah, I
You
did
did?
it myself.
You did?
Yeah.
How was that? Hard?
I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought because I was by myself. There was no one at home,
Okay.
so kind of used to it. But
Could you follow? You follow the?
I like that. I had a question about the essays. Did you want them in person? I didn't see like a link.
Yeah, we,
Oh, we made submit the essay.
Yeah.
the reflection. for the
Oh, okay.
meditation.
We set up for you guys there. Yeah. Let's see here. So you say that sometimes it's hard for you, right? What
Yeah,
is-
'cause,
How is
like
that?
I'm new to like everything dealing with meditation. So I don't know what I'm doing. The best thing I know to do it or how to do it over the weekend was from Google. So it's like I don't know how accurate that was, you know, and I was just like doing what I thought was right. But you know, in the back of my head, and I think that's what distracted me the most. I'm like, am I doing this right? Like I feel like I'm doing this wrong.
Doubt,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You know.
We'll see. So next time we come and we'll see maybe with
Yeah.
different.
Honestly, I wasn't looking forward to it because I felt like 4 hours was a long time.
It goes by.
But it went by
It
really
went by.
fast when he was
Because we
speaking.
alternate, right?
Yeah.
If you sit still, no way. For me, it's it feel long. That's why, you know, that's why I want you guys to try 1 minute, 2 minutes, 4, 5, and go back and forth, so that you can try to recognize the rhythm.
Like it's
Take
different
time.
from what we do. Like here,
Yeah.
you kind of just sitting and thinking, you're like, okay. But like when he's there with you and he's guiding you through it, like there's like no doubt about it. Like you kind of just, you fall into it. Like it
Yeah.
just, so it wasn't like terrible. Like you kind of just go and then it's over really fast. Like time went by really, really fast when we were there.
Yeah, 4 hours go by quick. Yes. And we alternate, right? Sitting, standing, walking, and lying down. After that, we have lunch. So it's, we can say keep busy too, but
Yoga.
yeah,
Yoga.
yoga too.
Yeah.
Yo, so if you like, if you guys like, that's okay. From 10 to 2, that's fine with me. So after lunch, we can walk around the park. I think you can enjoy that too.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Hopefully, it's not raining.
Yeah, that would be.
Hot, and it's terrible.
That would be good.
But that's just my concern. I used to set up 9 to 1 so that when after lunch everyone can leave. If we stay back, it may be drowsy.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's okay with me. Anyway, so let's go back to our class today. And you see that it's quite different from starting. Is that right? Until you sit down and practice, you could feel that you have ability to control your mind. In the sense that you recognize your mind, not controlling your mind, but you can control your emotions through this kind of practice. So still guys so blessed. It's not easy to have this kind of class in the university setting there, right? So and you recognize us that the benefit there. It changed our brain, it changed our mood, it changed our emotions for better.
Oh, I actually have a question.
Yes.
So what happens whenever you're meditating and you know how you're supposed to clear your thoughts, but say like you have, whenever you just kind of like meditate and you sit, what if negative starts coming in, like negative thoughts start coming into your mind?
Again, they knock your door.
Oh yeah.
I mean, remember we talked about that? Let them go. As much as you live with that present moment of your awareness, you don't try to kick them out, don't try to reject or suppress them. Of course, at first they try to knock your door. I try to pull you away from your present moment, but as much as you focus on that kind of awareness, eventually they won't bother you too much. And if you have that kind of training, you could feel that. It's like here, even we open the door or close the door, okay, while we have the setting here, right? We have the class here, people talk out there. If we just focus on whatever we work in here or start in here, we don't pay attention about them. You understand that? If you let your mind wander around, yeah, you pay attention more.
Like let them knock until they finally get tired of knocking. And like,
Yeah, as much as you focus or be aware of what you're doing here, they won't bother you too much. That's what we call mind chatting in the back there, in the background there. Especially at night, right? When you go to sleep, if you have that kind of problems, just recenter your mind by following your breath. Or you have that kind of experience, right? Lie down, relax yourself, and let go of just remind yourself, let go of everything. It will not bother you too much. And even me too, I have a lot to do. So that's why I like, after lunch I like to walk around the park or the house. So that's when we pay attention to our breath, we pay attention to or walking, other things would not bother us. Because in the split second, if you focus on one, other things would not bother you much. Understand that? You could not focus 2 things at a time. There's no way. Either the primary one or the secondary one, but not both. If you focus both, you be confused. Make sense? So that's why if you really focus on your awareness, or your driving, for example, people drive past you or they horn their cars in this way, that's their problems. You can move on. So there's the mind. That's the beauty of meditation. You can go beyond any kind of thought that can transform all kinds of stresses, anxiety. It just comes from that type of mind challenge, that's all. Concerned about the past, concerned about the future, that's all. That's the problem. Right? Does it make sense? You practice and you feel that. And hopefully after this class, after this semester, you have something for you. It's your medicine. And you know the benefit there. And you have that kind of medicine for yourself to control any kind of situation that you are dealing with. Okay, so let's go back again. Let's see here. Yes, we talk about jhana. Let me review with you. Now today we talk about, last time we talked about 4 jhana, right now we have another 4 layers of jhana. Jhana specific altered state of consciousness generated by concentration and you even more concentration. That's called deeper state of meditation. So they classify into 8 types. That is and of course, first we have what we call the 40 objects of meditation. We can review like the 4 elements, right? Earth, water, fire, and so forth, right? And the concrete materiality, color, sound, and so forth. The eyes, and all. You can review. And unconcrete material, space, bodily, intimation, verbal intimation, blindness, and so forth. So here, I just want to review because up to today, we move on to the different lesson. Let's talk about the Zen meditation. This is more philosophical way of explanations. So we have 40 meditation object we learned before. Kinds for kasina, this means like the colors, the yellow, the white, and so forth. 4 kinds of fullness about our body, 10 relocation, for divine abundance, like loving kindness, compassion, forgiveness, so forth. And for immaterial state, that's what we will go over deeply about this perception about mind dividing. And here, right, kasina, right? Earth, water, and so forth. Fullness about the body, the collection of body, Dhamma, if you Buddhist, variety, generosity, deity, mindfulness, and so forth. By the way, before I move on, you guys finish up the group response up to 10, 11 yet?
I'm on 12.
On 12, that's good. So how about the reading so far? It's okay now? Mm-hmm. Not much complicated, right? You get used to that now, right?
Yeah.
When we go to to the next session about the Zen tradition is different paradigms, but I think it's in one way is they have more physical point of views, in other ways is that they have more story, more life story. Yes?
I have a quick question. The abstracts are due Friday. There's nowhere to turn them in online either.
Oh really? Oh, thanks for letting me know. I will set that side for you to upload.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have any topic in your mind yet about your final what?
The Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path.
That's good then. Okay.
Do you have like a recommended number of sources we should have?
Yeah, I was
Excuse me?
wondering that too.
A number of recommended sources we should have?
My recommendation
Yeah.
about
How
your
many
final
sources?
paper.
Yeah,
We
how
need
many
a-
sources?
How many sources do we need? Do we need a certain amount of sources?
Yeah, I put there at least 5, I think so.
Oh, 5?
Five academic sources like books, articles, and so forth. And actually, one of my students from other school probably he didn't understand my intention. That during the class, it's okay for us to use Wikipedias. I think I mentioned before, as general information. But when you write your academic paper, don't quote, don't cite from those. You can go to the source. You can use them and go to the source, right? That's listed on that site, but not quote directly from Wikipedia. Because I have gone through the training and know that they are not reliable sources. Yeah, so that's one of the Yes?
Since I'm doing the presentation, how does that work for me for Friday's assignment?
The same too.
Same thing?
Paper.
You have you let me know the title, right? And you put some kind of outline, abstract, and you put that kind of the slide in the PowerPoint, whichever way. Okay. So in so how or we'll have to do
I'm thinking about
presentation.
it at this point.
Because the presentation has to be 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, kind of. I think it's plenty of things for you to talk about.
I just can't write anymore. I've written, all my classes have been writing intensive this semester, so I need something different.
Yeah. Actually, actually every week, every day, I do my presentation for you guys here.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so okay, so let me know soon, okay? So and so far we have only few. So again, these are abiding, loving kindness, compassion, and so forth. This is in review again. So today we talk about the state of boundless space, boundless consciousness, about nothingness, and neither perception nor non-perception, perception of the diffuseness of food, dividing its knowledge of physical body in the 4 elements. That is what I talk about. And 10 objects that can help, 10 of tools can help you to lead the access concentrations. So they, and this one I think is better here. Marching temperament with actually they misspelled meditation object. Breathing temperament, 10 kinds of fullness, mindfulness of the body. This is like the medicine. If you have, let's say, if you have problem with anger, we can use the 4 divine abundance, loving kindness, compassion, forgiveness, and so forth. So that it can help you to transform that type of hatred. Or the 4 colors. Kanshina, remember if besides that, you can focus your mind on the neutral object. That's what it's about, to transform your mind. Included speculative temperament, mindfulness breathing, faithful temperament, the first 6 corrections about it, if you're Buddhist. Intelligent temperament 5, mindfulness of the inevitable of death, recognition of peace, defining of 4 elements, perception of diffuseness of food. So those are the object. Alright, so I just want to review one more times. So here, let me go back here. So first one, applying concentration. That's why when we start to do meditation, bear inside the first practice, mindfulness, that's when we start here. Mindfulness body, function, physical sensation, mental state, or mind, object, So go back to your process last time when you were at my temple. How how was your feeling whenever when you were sitting, standing, walking, or lying down? How was that? Would you feel that kind of emotion, that kind of feeling?
Like for the first time, like usually I'm either feeling like I'm leaning towards like a spectrum of either like anxiety or sadness or frustration. I'm very happy or excited. But like during the meditation, I felt not nothing, but I felt like I was in the middle. So I wasn't leaning towards an emotional side. I was just like my head was very straight, if anything. If that makes any sense.
How about your expectation before you came there? Did you have some imagination about the temple, the place where you meditate and so forth?
I thought it was gonna be bigger.
Bigger? We have small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all, because I concentrate on teaching. So, plus, you need to have a lot of financial support to build a big one, especially in Houston. Yeah.
Because all of them are basically run by the same groups.
No.
Not really run, but like, you know, the little charity groups with all the bigger temples. Like my grandpa growing up, he was one of the chairman for, in Cantonese it's called Palmu, but you know how in downtown there's two temples? Not the one on 45, the other one, the even bigger one.
That's closer to downtown. Yeah.
My grandpa used to be part of like the financial chair or everything like that, so I know how much money goes into it all the time. A lot.
I will have to handle myself, everything. That's why I content with that place, because for people to come, and because I concentrate on teaching. I don't do anything.
Wait, so how many people did you guys house during the hurricane at the temple?
Only a few people. But even today, this morning, they called me to get the cleaning supply. Actually, because my senders and numbers were listed under the Fort Bend County temporary shelters. So they keep calling, even this morning. Almost they want to get cleaning supplies. So I just have little food to share. I don't have that kind of resources. So anyway, so we just try. We try to have also to self-support. That's what we say. So that's much smaller than the center around here. I don't do any kind of fundraising at all.
Alright, so just donations?
Yeah, people can come there and put the money into the donation box. That's all. But for me, I don't go out to do fundraising or anything. I have 2 foreign centers. You got my calendar, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a center. Again, my policy is that I don't do any kind of fundraising for the temple. Whichever thing happened, just happened. I'm content with that.
I was kind of glad it was a little bit smaller, because I think it was bigger, I might have been a little more intimidated.
Yeah,
Very
or distracted.
homey and intimate. It was nice. It was a perfect size. I liked it.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah, but to compare with other temples, we're so small.
Well, this is the first one I've ever been to, so I can't compare it to anything. So it
Yeah.
was big to me.
I've seen pictures of stuff, and there's a lot, like, I'd probably be kind of like, I'm not wanting to, I feel like I probably would be worried about like misstepping or, insulting someone or something more in the more elaborate background.
It's
You know,
I've seen some
we don't mind about
like
that.
castles. They look like
Huh?
like when I googled like temples. Of course, when I first got into the class, I was like, what does a Buddhist temple look like? The ones I saw looked like castles, like gold, and that's normal. Like
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
In here,
Have they rebuilt Joe Vietnam yet?
they still reconstruct that.
Because that temple is huge.
wow.
Yeah, and what happened? Something
It's
collapsed.
It's
And
collapsed.
it was like a huge dome, and it collapsed the dome. So now
Like into the building?
into the building, and like somehow like the statue was right there and didn't hit the statue.
Oh, wow.
This
Yeah.
happened around 1 a.m. in the morning. But even during the day, sometimes one will be
People
hurt.
are, yeah.
But somehow this is what they call, we believe in that type of protection, spiritual protection from the temple.
Was it-
Yes.
Have you been to the one on 45? The Texas, I think it's
I know.
temple.
Again, I told many students that's not Buddhist temple. It's the Taoist temple. Then.
So you've been inside of it?
Not yet.
No.
I know. They
It's
said
nice.
it. I know they said it.
Do people like meditate there?
No.
It's just to
For
go.
Taoist
Usually,
people, they
when
don't
you
meditate.
go in, like, because I grew up in that mix, like I grew up in a Taoist Buddhist family. So like we would literally go in, give our offerings, that's it.
Okay, that's what I figured because I was saying there's no room in there to like.
That's different. The atmosphere is
Yeah.
quite different. It's more with the faith. It's more with the custom, with the traditions. Not much with the mind training set in the temple.
Like they have the incense and they have all the statues and then my mom takes her offering, but I mean it's not like.
It's just in and out.
Especially in the new year, young people they like to come to that camp center to have fortune
money, right?
stick.
Yeah.
But
And they
we don't do that.
the dancers and stuff.
Yeah, we have the dancer too. We have
The
the
dragon.
performers. Then November the 5th, I told you guys,
Uh-huh.
you can come with our special celebration there, and this is your extra credit. And he was there too last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so let's back to here again. So mindfulness, day of reflection, that's when you start. And step by step, right? Clear perception arising. That's why I want to ask you about the feeling, what you feel when you were there, when you sit there, when you sat there, when you walk, or lie down and so forth. So, of course, when you are in that type of peaceful atmosphere, environment, your feeling is quite different, right? From here in the school, when you go to school, you feel you are in rush, right? To go to this class and that class or taking the test and so forth. It's different. You have more chance to recognize your feeling when you're more peaceful. Okay, effortlessness inside. When you realize your mind effortlessness, when you in tune with your breath, with your meditation and concentration, you will not need to put much effort because it's become part of your life. That's like why you drive in the car. At first, right, you feel that you need to tell yourself to turn the red signal, but now it's automatically you build in. So there is meditation if you do from time to time. Again, the twofold process of abandon. Remember, abandon of the obstruction, right? It's sleepiness, thought ruminations. How was your guy when you were there? You have a lot of thought running in your mind, or you calm down a lot when you walk into that place?
When I first got there, I was thinking about everything else that I had to do during the day. And then when we sat down and started doing it, like meditating, my mind kind of just cleared out, and I wasn't thinking about everything anymore.
Yeah.
So I had a few thoughts coming in and out, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it can be all the time.
Sometimes the environment is more helpful, right? It may enhance your practice, enhance your concentration, right? But if you go to supermarket or visit area, there's nowhere for you to focus your mind. That's why you need to let go of that kind of external distraction. Process of acquiring jhana factors. Jhana is comprised of a set of factors. Remember we talked about that. We will review again. That will require two, four processes. There's a level. We learned about the first 2, 4, and today we talk briefly about this. It probably is more abstract, but still, it is good for you to understand. For jhana attainment, the first one access to concentration, like you sit down and pay attention on your breath, and later on you absorb into you are in tune with your breath. And the next step is you really focus with that breath. Here I said in at first your concentration is not too strong, but when you attune, you absorb that concentration, it goes stronger. And that's why you have this type of jhana. Here is the same thing. This ordinary levels of ordinary consciousness by 5 hindrance. At first we have the obstruction of the 5 hindrance, and the next one is preparatory concentration. When you focus on your mind, of your breath, access concentration, you stare down your mind, full concentration, you recognize it. The same too. And this is the same. This is one first jhana. So you have that kind of feeling, right? Remember you recognize that you saw that lady, right? She sat for the whole house. I don't know what she did with her mind, but at least you could see that kind of peacefulness. Otherwise, if you don't have that kind of peacefulness, there's no way for you to sit that still.
Especially with us stomping around her.
Yeah, distractions around her.
Yeah, a lot of distraction. That's why if you really focus your mind, you will not pay much attention about distraction. And here the factor is with one pointness, initial thought, applied thought, rapture, bliss, arises through the blood interest, energy, commitment, enjoyment, peace. That's a step there. And we know that. There's the first jhana. And this Thursday, we talk about this term, but in different views points. So that's why I think it was this idea for us. And second one, you get the rapture, bliss. The third one pointness and bliss. One pointness, the forward, and the equanimity. The bliss here, until you get into that state of mind, otherwise you will not feel that. And of course, for me, I have that type of experience. That's why I told many people that that's one of the reasons why I like to dedicate my life as a monk. Plus, meditation is just my primary practice. So, sometimes people enjoy the food, enjoy the shopping, enjoy movies, and so forth and so forth. Everyone has different temperament, right? But when you enter that state of mind, those kind of enjoyments or entertainments will not be compared to that kind of blissful state of mind. Like, of course, you could not understand or feel what I say until you get to that state. That's why many people, especially the experienced meditators, they stay with that state of mind hours, days, weeks, and so forth, because of that kind of blissful state of mind. And this is a substitute for the food too. It's not substitution, but because you are there. Like when you in tune with whichever it is you're doing, with girlfriend, boyfriend, or right, and so forth, you don't feel hungry, right? Yeah, you will not feel that type of hunger in your body and so forth because you're so in tune. Again, last time we talked about this one, right? I just want to review. So here this relates to the brand. Did I show you this? Okay, I just want to review, right? So when you have applied thought, this is the prefrontal cortex up to subsequent thought. That's why they have this type of tools to recognize what happening in our mind, what happened in our brain when we attend that state of mind. There's this one here. It's our brain here. Okay, and the second one, no conceptualization. That's when you get to that state of mind. You go beyond underthinkings. And you increase your level of peacefulness and happiness into the third jhana. reward system, block opinions, reward system in the quiet down. So actually everything's quiet down, calm down in your brain, and they provide the positive feedback and so forth. That's what. Again, the 4 jhana about the pleasure and pain. You go beyond that kind of pleasure. You go beyond the kind of pain. Even like I told you that even when you enter that kind of state of mind, you feel that kind of blissful state. But still, when you go up to the number 4 state, or 4 jhana, you go beyond that kind of blissful state. You don't have attachment to that. And that's why that's the key in meditations. Whichever thing happens to your mind, don't attach you. And that's another side effect too. If you attach you get stuck there. And so for the 4, you purify the mindfulness, go to equanimity. And this is what can happen with the brain. Now there's the judge I showed you last time, right? And abandon that you let go of those sin, greed, sense of desire, ill will, sloth, restlessness, and worry, doubt. So when you were there, did you have doubt? Any thought of doubt? Okay, you know. And there's a quiet one corners, and that is go up to the 2nd level, 3rd level, and 4th level. That is the next 4. That's just the first one. We put the initial effort, and it's the peak of the effort, and later on it go down and stabilize your mind there. Okay. Now here we talk about what you call the immaterial jhana. Let's go beyond. That's what jhanas. And they say that now here the 4 from 1 to 4 we rely upon some object to focus on. Right? Whether you focus on your breath, you focus on the sound, color, and so on, you still have some object to focus on. But for the number 5, the number 5 jhana, you don't rely upon any object, but you recognize the space. That's why the consciousness pertaining to the base of boundless space arises with boundless space as its object. So when we were on the airplane, right, we looked out the window. Right, this is the wide horizon of the space. But when we here, right, when we look around, the building, the trees block our ways, right? So that's just similar. So from the 1st to the 4th jhana, based upon our concentration on some type of object. But for the number 5, the contemplation now is to recognize the boundless of the space, open our mind to that vastness of the space. That's what they call the boundless space. And the next one, the same thing too. The next step is until consciousness belongs to the base of boundless, consciousness arises in absorption, taken as its object. Boundless consciousness pertains to the first immaterial state. That means you recognize that boundless space comes from your boundless consciousness. That's number 6. Understand that? Yeah. Probably it's go beyond not thinking, but still, this still is good information for you to follow. And the next one, the 3rd one, is go to experience all the consciousness from awareness and making an absent or present of non-existent. That is conscious object. Even the consciousness for this number 7, even we need to let go. And even this is what we call the there is not void. That means this go beyond non-existence of that consciousness. That's number 7. And the last one, as those hindrances are suppressed, the mind passes through access, and then the base of neither perception nor non-perception is purely thoughtful, but still that's a state of mind. That when people go, there's no attachment to perception. But for us here, when we sit in here or when we walk in, we're still alive. We use our perception a lot, right? Perception about good and bad and so forth. So that's just, I just gave you some information about this for what we call immaterial state of mind, and then in immaterial jhana. Let's go beyond that state of mind. And here, the first one is just review. As a start, we start to do a meditation. We have all kind of sensory input and body state, the feeling, the pain of the body. And it's the first one. We have rapturous bliss and so forth. Let's go up. The second one, a feeling of rapture, bliss, and oneness. No thought of permanent subject. And go up to number 4. Get the equanimities and one-pointness. And number 4 again, the consciousness of infinite space. So the object is infinite space. And the number 6, the object is the infinity consciousness. Number 7 is awareness of nothingness. Nothingness doesn't mean it's nothing, but it's there. It's go beyond our consciousness. And the last one, neither perception nor non-perception. That's what the state is about. Now here, probably for you guys, this is so lofty, or if you go beyond our thinking. But here, we as human, limited with this body, right? We cannot control our illness. We cannot control our aging. Even we cannot control our death. So in Buddhist view, if we attain to that state of mind, even the 4 jhana and above, eventually, if you are in that kind of state of mind, while you're still alive or up to the pathway, you go to that what called, you can say that the heaven too. You stay there with that kind of a blissful state of mind, and you would not be bothered much with this physical illness, with this physical problems. That's why in Buddhist view, let me find out here. Okay, here. You see the judge here. It's a wavelength. There's a wavelength of our brain. Right, the first one, and this is our wavelength, our normal wavelength. A beta, right? Alpha here, and the theta is here. And eventually, from number 1 down to it's even out. Our wavelength is even out. Here, according to Buddhist cosmology, I showed you last time, right? Here, this is human here. And of course, we still have physical body to deal with aging, illness, death, and so forth. But if someone have that type of mindset or meditation, meditative absorption, after the pathway, you can go to some kind of heaven there. And even for them, they can live long, 1,000, million, or trillion years with that state of mind. Probably it's beyond our analytical thinking, but if we use a microscope, right, to see virus, bacteria, right, or even for these sea creatures, some of them they live much longer than us, or even elephants, they age longer, right? But somehow, my point is that as we have that state of mind, we can extend if we want to live longer. Of course, And now they found, I just read an article yesterday that the scientists now they try to find medicine, whichever, to prolong our life, but still we have that kind of limitation. But for Buddhists, not hard to get to that state of mind, to get that type of what called heaven. As long as we maintain that kind of mind. So that's what it's about. I want to introduce you, that's all. Okay, here. And the thing I want to introduce one more time, we go back to review what we learned about the Eightfold Paths, right? Eightfold Paths help us to go beyond this kind of limitation physically and through the four jhana. And this four jhana is the tools. The tools to get nirvana. Remember we talked about nirvana? What's nirvana? Remember?
A state of equanimity.
Yes. What else?
There's really no hate, but there's also no like erratic happiness either. It's just
It's like
no more
the
cravings.
Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold, not too much of good, not too much
For frequent, like no more cravings or desire or anger.
Yeah. That's why I see that this that's accessible. That's attainable. You see that if you recognize the first stage, the first jhana up to the 8th jhana, so for the meditators, they have the kind of training to go beyond the attachment of the body, go beyond of the feeling, sensation, and so forth. That's why here, through mindfulness, through the practice, and here, that's what we call look forward the experience nirvana, the Buddha. Here's the end of the state of nirvana. The energies of awareness flow out. What's mean energy flow out? What's mean?
It's not contained anymore. It's like just exploded.
I give you example of that. If we are not addicted with cigarette, right? Whenever we stop by a gas station, we don't pay attention about that. But for the one who are addicted, that's pretty good for them, right? Or alcohol, whichever. My point is that as long as you attach to something, what happens? They tie us down. Is that right?
Yeah.
But if you don't have any attachment, you come and go freely. That's what the whole idea is all about. Whichever, right? So you know, let's say sometimes you have strong feeling about someone else, right? Whether it's good feeling or bad feeling. So you are a slave with that feeling. Is that right? Whether you have good feeling with your boyfriend's girlfriend, whether you have bad feeling about whoever, you cannot control that. Make sense, right? But if you can maintain stability in your mind, when they come, they just come. When they go, they go. You understand that? This is you don't tie them. You don't tie yourself down or tie other people down. You free. I just want to give you an example that you come and go freely when you let go of those kind of feeling, those kind of sensation. Make sense? That's what we call the state of arahatship. And nirvana to arahat here, the one who follow the path of Buddha, the one who passed beyond fetters. Fetters mean attachment, samsara existence, whichever, especially the 5 hindrances. The one in whom the outflow, sense desire, becoming ignorance, wrong, how dry up. That's one will receive nirvana without remainder. So that's just what it's about. Here, one portion that talk about this, that state of mind, nirvana state of mind, or the arahatship. As a monk, process, they can become arahat member through meditations, not by chance. You have to do practice. No free lunch. You have to do practice. This is no way. Like you have to sit down to calm your mind, to be aware of your mind. When I was young, I read all kind of stories. right, from different traditions. That we have like what you call Darwin evolution theories, right? Somehow we progress step by step to be an intelligent person, to be more awake and so forth. But for me, as Buddhist, it's not quite like that. You need to put effort in. Whichever thing you do, you need to put effort into to have education, to go to school. When you stay at home without learning, no, there's no way. There's no way to get this kind of knowledge from others, unless you go to school or rest online, so forth. So there's the practice. And our process, the power of levitation and transformation. You will not see that. Have you seen anyone do real one yet? Not yet.
On TV.
On TV.
I thought she was about to levitate.
Huh?
The lady, I was thinking she's gonna levitate into the air.
Okay. Well, I will show you after this the short little clip about that. Their lives may spend maybe kalpas. Kalpas in Buddhist view is just million years, trillion years, not 1 year, not 2 years. And they can move the heaven and earth. And that's just the other state. I forgot whether I told you the story or not. Okay, let me tell you a brief story. So there's one monk. He used to meditate, and somehow he let his spirit out of his body. Did I tell you that story yet? Not yet. So there's another monk came to his room, and somehow he thought, okay, let me tell you the whole story, otherwise we're confused. So there's a temple, right? And there's one guest monk.
Oh, I hate these things.
Somehow he passed by that temple and asked to stay overnight. As monk in the past, it's free. They didn't charge. So yes, the abbot allowed him to stay overnight at that temple. So he allowed him to stay in the small room. So somehow at night, because he get used of letting his spirit out of his body, so the next day he forgot to get back. And the abbot of that temple went into the room and started, somehow this guy died in this room. And he wait again the last few days, the next few days, so the body is there, but this is no movement. So he thought that this monk was dead, so he buried him, his body. And the next few days, the spirit of that guest monk came back and asked, "Give back my body, give back my body." So it's so scary for the whole temple. So the next few days, another guest monk passed by and asked for staying. So the abbot said, "No, sorry, can't handle that." And he told the story. So this second guest monk said, "Don't worry, I will take care of that. If you want, if you can put me into that room." Yes, he did. And later at night, the spirit came back, came to that room and keep asking, "Give me back my body, give me back my body." So the second guest monk, in the past people used wood to boil the waters. So while he was boiling the water, he pointed his finger to the fire. Here is the body. So the spirit of the first guest monk flew in there for a while and got out and said, "No, it's not my body." And so the second guest monk pointed the finger to the pot that hold the boiling water. "It's your body." So the spirit flew into it there and get out. "No, it's not my body." So the second guest monk said, when you're still alive, when you jump into the fire, you will burn. When you jump into the boiling water, you will burn too. So now you're free. What you asking your body is for? You understand that story? And so at that moment, the spirit said, "Oh, so that's all. He took off. There's no more spirit come back." You understand what my story about?
Yeah.
Again, the spirit have that type of ability too, because of our attachment to have this body. So that's why we get back and forth again and again. We get back and forth with our laptop, whichever. That's what keep us in the cycle. But when we recognize us really free and go, that's what it's about. I think I will skip this. Go again. This is the step. That's the step of the stage of hardship, the final stage, and non-returning. Actually, the first one has maximum of 7 rebirth to attend to hardship. One return, they have one time to get back. Non-return, no, it just means the one who recognize, who achieve hardship on this lifetimes. RS means the one after they done with this lifetime, they enter that kind of state of mind. It's hard to explain where they are now, but still again, they're free to come and go. Like I gave you that kind of story. But the reason why we come again and again this cycle, because attachment. We love our body, we love our friends, we love our stuff and so forth. That keeps us going back again. That's what the actual idea. So here, let me skip this one. I want to show you. I think you enjoy this. Okay.
So the thing that I hear the most about you, and you can tell me if this is true or not, is that you have power of levitation. And as a magician, this is something that I'm fascinated with.
Your magic is fantastic, but we're not the same Buddhist meditations.
Yes, I
watch carefully.
I know you don't want to teach me how to do it or tell me what you do, but maybe I could just witness it.
You come from very far away. You show me your scale. I don't know what happened, but I will try one time.
Okay, great.
I need you back. If you still close me, yeah, my energy doesn't know. Yes.
Okay.
Just watch carefully if you see any trick there.
He's saying his mantra. It's the real deal.
That's the mantra.
How is he doing that? Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? Wow. There's no wires. I don't see anything. This is crazy.
What do you think? Is there any trick there?
Is there?
What do you think?
Shoot, I don't know what to believe at this point.
Huh?
Is there?
Is
Can people do that?
Huh?
Can people do that?
Yeah, you see that.
I've
So
seen
for real,
someone
for real?
levitate before,
Yeah.
never a monk, but I've seen it done before in real life.
How does it work?
There's some show that they use some kind of stick, right? And with the size, but that part is different. This is the how the mind. That's why I asked you to watch out anything, any trick way there. It's the how the mind. That's why there's all kind of stories about the mysteries of the Buddhist monks. They could fly. They could liberate that. So again, now we could not recognize, but still that's what they call here. And let me see here. I think you. Let's see here. I think this is for real.
Has been conducting experiments on
this experiments
Tibetan
that you recognize
to assess the effects of meditation on the body's metabolism. His research has provided a remarkable insight into the ways the mind can alter the functioning of the body.
What we found with respect to their oxygen consumption, in simple meditation, they decrease their metabolism upwards of 64%. And this was the largest decrease in oxygen consumption that was ever recorded in experiments by a simple restful procedure.
Carefully monitoring a form of Dzogchen meditation known as Tum Mo, the yoga of inner heat, Benson came up with even more intriguing results.
What we found in Tumo was that monks were able to increase their skin temperature in environments of 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
But that was just the beginning.
Well, what we found in these monks in very cold environments of 40 degrees Fahrenheit, wrapping themselves in wet sheets, these monks astoundingly could increase their temperature enough to get the sheets steaming and dry the sheets.
What?
You and I would go into uncontrollable shivering and perhaps even die of too low blood pressure. They were quite comfortable there simply by performing their Tumo meditational heat yoga.
When asked how they do it, the monks describe relaxing, focusing on their breathing. They picture air coming in and out as a kind of energy. They visualize it as a flame, a fire coursing through the chest. Dr. Benson has shown that anyone who performs the initial steps of meditation can have a significant effect on their body. Meditation can help the treatment of stress-related health problems, such as anxiety, depression, high blood pressure, and cardiac irregularities.
I'm so shook.
They can. Yes, everyone of us has that ability. Only whether you want to apply or not, that's up to us. Also, I have not a movie, but still, I think. Let me see here. You want to go or want to watch quick?
We can watch it.
Alright, okay, I think pretty quick.
We wished we had some sort of superhuman skill or power. Well, it turns out there are a group of people who actually exist and do have very special skills bordering on superpowers. All over the world, warrior monks train to enable their bodies to do some incredible things. From strength and speed to near invincibility, someone needs to get the Avengers in touch with these guys. Just be sure to give your best kung fu click to that subscribe button before witnessing some truly impressive skills. Superhuman strength. Let's be honest, most people are just happy if they can do a few push-ups before they collapse into a heap on the floor. Shaolin monks don't do regular push-ups, but if they did, they would likely destroy everyone. That's because these guys are so strong and focused, they can perform push-ups using just 2 fingers. If that doesn't impress you, monk Shi Li Liang can hold himself up with just 1 finger. With all that ability and power in just a couple of fingers, it's scary to think what they can do with the rest of their body. Fearlessness. Powerful superheroes need to be fearless. They must be able to take on a range of challenges from scaling the highest mountains to enduring the coldest environments. There are more than a few warrior monks who do this on a regular basis. And then there's this guy. This monk in Thailand stunned onlookers when he sat in a pot of boiling oil over an open flame. While some say the oil started to boil, others felt it was all a bit of trickery, possibly using a specially insulated pot. Regardless, we think sitting in a pot of oil over a raging fire still requires some pretty big cojones. Gravity defying. Combining incredible speed, balance, and strength allows some monks to perform feats bordering on superhuman. Time and time again, they have shown off their ability to ignore gravity and run along walls nearly effortlessly. If that's not impressive, some Shaolin monks have gone a step further and demonstrated their best mountain goat impression. Running, posing, and fighting on the side of a mountain, it's like something straight out of a high-budget movie, only very real.
When you watch, is that okay? I want to continue or I want to go?
Alright, let's go.
Okay, so you can type on it online, okay?
I
Yes?
was gonna point out that in the abstract, you don't need any sources. It's just the outline.
Get abstract about what you like to write about.
Is it one page? Because it doesn't say that.
No, or one paragraph.
One paragraph? Okay.
Okay, so see you then.